In the quiet town of Meadowbrook, nestled far from the chaos of city life, a chilling mystery unfolded one ominous night. It all began with strange sightings reported by the locals, whispers of peculiar lights dancing in the night sky, and bizarre crop circles etched into the fields surrounding the community. Emma, a skeptical journalist, decided to investigate the claims that had gripped her town in fear. Armed with a camera and a determination to uncover the truth, she ventured into the outskirts where the crop circles had mysteriously appeared. The air grew thick with an eerie tension as Emma stepped into the vast, moonlit fields. The tall crops swayed in the wind, casting long, ominous shadows that seemed to dance to an otherworldly rhythm. Her senses heightened, Emma pressed on, guided only by the soft glow of the moon above. Suddenly, the night fell silent. No crickets chirped, and the wind ceased its whispers. A surreal light illuminated the fields, emanating from a metallic saucer, hovering just above the ground. Emma's heart raced as she fumbled to capture the unearthly sight on her camera. As the light intensified, the air crackled with energy, and the temperature dropped dramatically. Fear tightened its grip on Emma as figures began to emerge from the saucer. Tall, slender beings with elongated limbs and large, obsidian eyes that gleamed in the unearthly radiance. Paralyzed with terror, Emma watched as the beings approached. Their movements were fluid, almost ghostly, as if defying the laws of physics. They communicated without words, invading her mind with intrusive thoughts and indescribable images that left her trembling. Unable to resist, Emma was levitated off the ground, surrounded by an otherworldly force. The beings examined her with an intensity that sent shivers down her spine. Time seemed to warp as Emma experienced a flood of visions, glimpses of unknown worlds, alien civilizations, and cosmic horrors beyond human comprehension. Abruptly, Emma found herself back in the moonlit fields, the saucer now ascending into the heavens. The beings vanished into the cosmic void, leaving Emma shaken and forever changed. She stumbled back to Meadowbrook, but her attempts to share the harrowing encounter were met with disbelief and skepticism. The once quiet town of Meadowbrook was now haunted by the memory of that fateful night. Emma, tormented by the cosmic secrets imprinted on her mind, could never shake the feeling that the extraterrestrial horrors she encountered were just the beginning. The truth of that eerie night would forever remain buried in the fields, a chilling reminder that the unknown may lurk just beyond the veil of our reality. The remote town of Blackridge Story. In the remote town of Blackridge, nestled between towering mountains and dense forests, an unspeakable horror unfolded beneath the cloak of darkness. The air, thick with anticipation, carried whispers of strange lights and unsettling encounters that plagued the once peaceful community. Sarah, a curious astronomer with a passion for the cosmos, couldn't resist the allure of the reports surrounding Blackridge. Armed with her telescope and an insatiable curiosity, she set out to unravel the mysteries that shrouded the town. One moonless night, Sarah positioned her telescope on a hill overlooking the sprawling landscape. The starry sky stretched out above, revealing a canvas of celestial wonders. As she focused on distant galaxies, a peculiar anomaly caught her attention, a cluster of lights moving in perfect synchronization, defying the laws of nature. Intrigued, Sarah adjusted her telescope to scrutinize the lights. To her astonishment, the lights formed a pattern reminiscent of an otherworldly sigil. A chill ran down her spine as she realized the lights were not random. They were a deliberate message etched onto the night sky. Compelled to investigate further, Sarah descended into the heart of Blackridge. The once familiar streets now felt alien, as if the town had succumbed to an invisible force. As she approached the outskirts, the air became charged with an unnatural energy, and an ominous hum resonated through the night. In the clearing ahead, a luminous spacecraft hovered silently above the ground. Its sleek, metallic exterior gleamed under the moonlight. Sarah's breath caught in her throat as she beheld the extraterrestrial vessel, realizing the source of the town's growing unease. The spacecraft's hatch opened, revealing beings unlike anything Sarah had ever imagined. Tall and slender, with skin that shimmered like polished onyx, they glided towards her with an otherworldly grace. Their eyes, pools of cosmic knowledge, bore into her soul, unraveling the depths of her very being. Unable to move, Sarah felt an invisible force probing her thoughts. The beings communicated through a telepathic language, a symphony of alien thoughts that resonated in her mind. Images of distant galaxies, ancient civilizations, and apocalyptic visions flooded her consciousness. As quickly as it began, the telepathic exchange ceased. Sarah stood alone in the clearing, the spacecraft disappearing into the night. The once quiet town of Blackridge now echoed with an unsettling stillness, as if the very essence of life had been altered by the extraterrestrial encounter. Haunted by the cosmic revelations, Sarah struggled to convey the harrowing truth to the disbelieving townsfolk. Blackridge, forever changed, became a ghost town, a chilling reminder of the thin veil that separates our reality from the unknown horrors that lurk beyond the stars. In the secluded town of Cresthaven story. In the secluded town of Cresthaven, surrounded by thick woods and shrouded in perpetual mist, a sinister tale unfurled beneath the cold gaze of an indifferent moon. The locals spoke in hushed tones about the strange occurrences that plagued their nights, mysterious lights in the sky, and unsettling whispers that echoed through the dense forest. Olivia, a determined astrophysicist seeking solace from the chaos of city life, found herself drawn to Cresthaven's enigmatic reputation. Armed with her scientific instruments and an insatiable curiosity, she set out to investigate the unnerving reports that plagued the town. One ominous night, as Olivia set up her telescope on the outskirts of Cresthaven, the air grew heavy with an unspoken dread. The mist clung to the trees like ethereal fingers, obscuring the visibility of the moon and stars. As she peered through the lens, a sudden burst of blinding light seared through the darkness. A disc-shaped spacecraft, shimmering with an otherworldly iridescence, descended from the heavens. Olivia's heart raced as the craft touched down silently on the damp soil. From its depths emerged figures, their forms obscured by the unearthly glow surrounding them. As the mist parted, Olivia caught glimpses of these extraterrestrial beings, tall and slender, with elongated limbs and eyes that glowed with an unnatural luminescence. The air crackled with an otherworldly energy as they approached, their movements synchronized with an unsettling precision. Paralyzed by a mix of fear and fascination, Olivia watched as the beings surrounded her. Their voices resonated in her mind, a haunting chorus of alien thoughts that transcended language. Visions of distant galaxies and cosmic phenomena overwhelmed her senses, leaving her disoriented and vulnerable. In the blink of an eye, Olivia found herself inside the spacecraft, surrounded by an otherworldly interior that defied the laws of earthly design. The beings communicated telepathically, revealing a cosmic truth that shattered her understanding of the universe. They were ancient travelers, observers of worlds, seeking to understand the intricacies of human existence. As the spacecraft ascended back into the starlit sky, Olivia was left alone in the clearing, the mist gradually dissipating. The town of Cresthaven returned to an eerie calm, the only evidence of the extraterrestrial encounter being the indelible mark left on Olivia's psyche. Haunted by the cosmic revelations, Olivia struggled to convey the chilling truth to the skeptical town. Cresthaven, forever changed, became a haven for secrets that lurked in the shadows. The mist-clad woods whispered tales of interstellar visitors, and the chilling encounters continued, a testament to the thin veil that separates our reality from the uncharted horrors that traverse the cosmos. In the small town of Millville, nestled between dense forests and rolling hills, an unsettling silence reigned after the sun dipped below the horizon. Locals spoke in hushed tones about strange occurrences, mysterious lights, and the occasional disappearance. However, it wasn't until the night of October 14th that the town's darkest fears were realized. Emily, A curious teenager with a fascination for the unknown, had always been drawn to the abandoned farmhouse at the outskirts of Millville. Rumors whispered of strange happenings around the decaying structure, but Emily's curiosity overwhelmed her rationality. One fateful evening, armed with only a flashlight and her undying curiosity, Emily decided to explore the dilapidated farmhouse. As she cautiously stepped through the creaking doorway, the air inside the house felt thick with an otherworldly energy. The silence was deafening as Emily ventured deeper into the darkness. The only sound that accompanied her was the eerie echo of her own footsteps. Shadows danced on the peeling wallpaper, and the air seemed to grow colder with every step. As Emily reached the top of the staircase, an unnatural chill ran down her spine. She could sense something was wrong, but her determination pushed her forward. The flashlight's beam flickered, casting sporadic light on the decaying walls. Suddenly, the air shimmered with an ethereal glow. A low hum resonated through the house, drowning out Emily's pounding heartbeat. Panic set in as the walls seemed to warp and twist around her. The air felt charged, and an otherworldly presence filled the space. In the flickering light, Emily glimpsed shadowy figures moving in the corners of the room. Panic surged as she realized she was not alone. The figures, tall and slender, with elongated limbs, emerged from the shadows. Their eyes glowed an unnatural shade of blue, and Emily felt a wave of terror grip her. Paralyzed with fear, Emily watched as the beings approached. Their movements were graceful yet unnatural, as if defying the laws of physics. A guttural sound filled the air, echoing through the haunted farmhouse. Without warning, the beings surrounded Emily, their eyes locking onto hers. The room seemed to warp and twist as they reached out with elongated fingers. A blinding light enveloped her, and the last thing Emily saw was the farmhouse dissolving into an otherworldly landscape. Days later, Millville woke up to find the abandoned farmhouse reduced to rubble. Emily was gone without a trace, leaving only whispers of an otherworldly encounter. Locals, now more cautious than ever, avoided the outskirts of town after dark, haunted by the chilling memory of that fateful night when the line between our world and another was blurred by extraterrestrial horror. The Rendlesham Forest Incident. The Rendlesham Forest Incident is one of the most famous UFO encounters in history. In December 1980, several United States Air Force personnel stationed at RAF Woodbridge in England reported seeing strange lights in the nearby Rendlesham Forest. The servicemen described seeing a glowing object, metallic in appearance, which they observed for several hours. They also reported encountering a triangular craft that left impressions on the ground. According to their accounts, the craft emitted strange lights and was silent as it hovered above the forest. Additionally, witnesses claimed they saw hieroglyphic-like symbols on the side of the craft. Even more intriguing, some of the servicemen reported experiencing various physical sensations and feelings of disorientation during the encounter. The Rendlesham Forest Incident remains a significant event in UFO lore and continues to be a topic of debate among UFO enthusiasts and skeptics. The incident has inspired numerous documentaries, books, and discussions about the potential extraterrestrial origins of the lights and craft witnessed by the military personnel. It's a compelling story that continues to spark curiosity and fascination with the idea of potential alien visitations.